Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Chelsea's January transfer plans are accelerating rapidly, and once again the club finds itself at the heart of a potential blockbuster that could reshape the Premier League landscape. This time, attention has turned firmly toward Real Madrid winger Rodrygo, with reports indicating that Chelsea are preparing a sensational €100 million move after receiving encouraging signals from the Spanish giants. As the winter window reaches a decisive phase, the Blues are pushing aggressively to secure elite quality, and Rodrygo has emerged as one of the most high-profile names under serious consideration. According to reports from 90 Minutes, Rodrygo has not ruled out leaving the Santiago Bernabeu during the January transfer window. Despite his impressive trophy cabinet and repeated contributions on Europe's biggest stage, the 23-year-old Brazilian is carefully reassessing his future. Real Madrid are entering another period of transition, with squad dynamics shifting and competition in attacking areas becoming more intense than ever. While Rodrygo has remained professional and influential when called upon, his long-term role is no longer viewed as guaranteed, and Madrid are now open to listening to substantial offers. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has provided a crucial update, confirming that Rodrygo's potential exit is now a genuine possibility rather than distant speculation. Romano revealed that internal discussions at Real Madrid have made it clear the club are willing to sanction a sale if their valuation is met. With Kylian Mbappe's arrival imminent and attacking depth already overflowing, Madrid see Rodrygo as one of the few assets capable of generating a massive fee without destabilizing their future plans. That stance has alerted Europe's top clubs, and Chelsea have moved decisively. Chelsea's interest is not opportunistic. The club has been monitoring Rodrygo closely for months, identifying him as a player who combines elite technical quality with experience at the highest level. His ability to operate on either wing, drift into central areas, and deliver in decisive moments makes him an ideal fit for Chelsea's evolving attack. Unlike at Real Madrid, where competition can limit continuity, Chelsea are prepared to build around Rodrygo as a central attacking figure, giving him the responsibility and freedom to thrive. The Blues are understood to be willing to match Real Madrid's €100 million asking price, viewing the deal as a statement signing rather than a short-term gamble. Chelsea's recruitment team believe Rodrygo is entering his prime years and that the Premier League environment could unlock an even more dominant version of the Brazilian. London is seen as an appealing destination for the player, offering both global exposure and a clear pathway to becoming the face of a major project. Crucially, Rodrygo's potential arrival is being discussed as part of a wider attacking overhaul rather than an isolated move. Chelsea are also actively working on a deal for Victor Osimhen, with the Nigerian striker viewed as the ideal focal point to lead the line. The possibility of pairing Osimhen's power, movement, and finishing with Rodrygo's creativity and intelligence is already generating excitement within the club. Together, they could form one of the most feared attacking partnerships in Europe, addressing Chelsea's long-standing need for consistency and ruthlessness in front of goal. Behind the scenes, intermediaries have been engaged, and preliminary talks are progressing positively. While no formal bid has yet been submitted, sources suggest Chelsea are preparing to move quickly once final approval is secured. Rodrygo himself is taking time to evaluate his options, but Chelsea are believed to be leading the race ahead of other Premier League rivals due to the scale of their project and the prominence they are offering him. At Real Madrid, the reality is increasingly clear. The club's relentless pursuit of the next era leaves little room for guarantees, and sentiment rarely dictates decisions. Rodrygo's iconic Champions League moments will forever be part of Madrid's history, but the club is ready to turn the page if the right opportunity arises. With January momentum building and Chelsea pushing hard, a deal that once seemed unthinkable is now firmly on the table. If completed, Rodrygo's move to Stamford Bridge would rank among the most significant January transfers in modern football, signalling Chelsea's intent to return decisively to the elite. Rumours surrounding Mudryk and a potential return to football have gathered pace this week, but the reality of the Chelsea winger's situation remains far more complex and uncertain than some reports have suggested. Speculation was sparked after an image circulated online showing Mudryk seemingly training at Chelsea's Cobham base, leading to claims that the Ukrainian international could be edging closer to a comeback following his ban. However, the truth behind those rumours tells a very different story. Sources close to the club have clarified that the image in question is old and does not reflect Mudryk's current status. The winger was pictured wearing a training kit from a previous season, and it is understood he has not been present at Cobham in recent weeks. As things stand, Mudryk is still not permitted to train with Chelsea or take part in any club football activity while his case remains unresolved. Despite online excitement, there has been no official change to his situation. Mudryk's absence from football dates back to late November 2024, when he last featured for Chelsea in a Conference League victory away to Heidenheim. He even found the net that night, a reminder of the talent and promise that convinced Chelsea to invest so heavily in him. Just months later, his career was plunged into uncertainty when, in June last year, the Football Association charged him with violating its anti-doping regulations after he failed a drugs test. At the time, it was reported that the winger could face a ban of up to 4 years, a sanction that would represent a devastating blow to both player and club. The FA confirmed the charge in a brief statement, making it clear that the alleged offence related to the presence and/or use of a prohibited substance under Regulations 3 and 4 of their anti-doping rules. Since then, the case has remained ongoing, with limited public information available and no definitive timeline for resolution. That silence has only fueled speculation, leading to false starts and misleading reports about Mudryk's status. For Chelsea, the situation has been a frustrating and delicate one. The club invested up to £89 million to sign Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk in January 2023, viewing him as a long-term attacking asset. His contract runs until the summer of 2031, underlining how central he was expected to be to Chelsea's future plans. While his numbers of 10 goals in 73 appearances do not fully capture his impact, there have been glimpses of his explosive pace, direct running and ability to unsettle defenders, qualities Chelsea have sorely missed during his absence. From a sporting perspective, his unavailability has limited Chelsea's options in wide areas, particularly during periods when injuries and inconsistency have disrupted the squad. However, the club's hands are tied. Under the current rules, Mudryk cannot train with the team or be involved in matchday preparations, leaving him isolated from competitive football while the process continues. The recent rumours of a return, therefore, should be treated with caution. There has been no official confirmation from Chelsea, the FA or Mudryk's representatives suggesting that a comeback is imminent. The image that reignited discussion has been firmly played down, and there is no indication that restrictions on the player have been lifted. Until the case reaches a conclusion, Mudryk remains sidelined and unable to contribute on the pitch. For the player himself, the period has been mentally and professionally challenging. Being cut off from football at a crucial stage of his career is a heavy burden, particularly for a player still adapting to life in English football and carrying the expectations that come with a high-profile transfer. Chelsea, for their part, have largely stayed quiet publicly, respecting the legal process while continuing to plan their season without certainty over one of their most expensive signings. In short, while rumours of a Mudryk return may offer momentary hope to supporters, the truth is that nothing has changed yet. Until the FA process is completed and an official decision is announced, Mykhailo Mudryk's future remains unresolved and any talk of a comeback remains premature.